Welcome everyone in the lecture number 8 of the subject Transportation Policy and Strategic Planning. The aim of this subject is to understand that what is the importance of the national transportation policy and how as a researcher we can build for our own country. So as we already discussed in a very brief detail about vision and mission, and today our third its part is about the objective. So many governments around the world make public policies which are intended to follow and developing and also to manage the different transportation sector. So, so that, for example, if they would like to target the ridership or even to kind of address several issues, which so like how any specific issue could be addressed through useful and effective solution, useful and effective solution, which could be the part of our objective in order to support our national transport policy or NTS. Okay. So the objective is basically the idea. Okay. So vision is more like wording or like visionary statement, and objective is the idea that how that vision in the future or desired result from while using different entities of different transportation sector in terms of a ridership, in terms of a traveler, in terms of a stakeholder could be achieved to like achieve that country national transportation strategy or policy. So the first point in the objective that it should improve the connectivity and accessibility for all. The first point, and the second point is that it should enhance the international competitiveness. For example, if I give example according to different countries around the world, so one is we have the very successful point or the successful example of European Union, where almost 23 countries are actually sharing their border without any force or army, and they have the free trade policy. And if I give example in Asia, so like specific example is Pakistan, India, Afghanistan, and similarly with Iran. So all each and every country have a very important geographic position, but the issue is that they have the closed border, so they are not actually achieving or enhancing the international competitiveness. So in their objective, that should be part of your objective, that how we can enhance the international accessibility across the border. Okay, and then how we can foster the sustainable and urban development, because if we develop without or if we would like to move while ignoring or avoiding sustainable development goals, so we might uh, kind of pollute the environment, as well as a lot of environmental hazards could also be part of that. And then how we can facilitate the equitable growth within. So here, this is basically example according to Pakistan, but here you can even put your own country as well. So how we can utilize our assets. So the sustainable utilization of the assets, that should also be objective, the part of your objective. And how we can maximize the like more transport friendly type of emission sources, such as solar, such as wind, such as hybrid cars, and so on. And how we can ensure the safety. So insurity and security and safety of the traveler, that should be your prime goal. And how we can preserve and conserve the environment. This is very much important, that we should not damage, we should not increase the separation effect, we should not emits so many carbon monoxide. We should also control NOx. We should also think about PM 2.5. We should also think about PM 10 as well. Now, so like those are the different 8 policies, and now we will knock on each and every one door, starting from improve that how we can achieve that part. So, for example, we would like to improve the connectivity and accessibility for all. Okay, so in the integrated transportation network, which should consist of all your different subsectors such as road, waterways, ports, ships, harbor, airport, railway lines, and so on. So your prime kind of a focus that how you can improve the direct connection and connectivity so that between different economic zones, while also to access to the national to the like economic zone connectivity and also to the national network while using different subsectors. Okay, and then develop. So how we can develop the multimodal, or how we can connect or transfer between transport mode by increasing physical system integration between different available transportation. Okay, and then how we can improve the travel time and travel reliability. It is very much important, and it should also be the key economic corridor through which we can address the infrastructure bottlenecks and also adopt the intelligent transportation measures as well. So the next part is that how we can develop and improve. So developing new and also to improve the existing supply chains or road or network, or for example railway lines, that should be part of your. So like its best example is in the form of National Highway Authority. So they actually maintain their roads and they collect a lot of toll. And its worst example is Pakistan Railways, so which is not maintaining its track and its locomotive because of the unavailability of the funds. And it should also increase the accessibility to all the communities through apply the climate resilient design so that we can construct such type of a transportation infrastructure which also improve the accessibility not only for the people but mainly for like women, according to the 2015 of the data from the Asian Bank, as well as from the 2017 from the World Bank. In the Asian majority country, specifically in Pakistan, for about 35 to 39% women, they don't have access to the transportation. So that facility should be the prime objective of your formulation of the goals. So next part is that how we can enhance international competitiveness. So to improve connectivity with international trading partner, first of all, we need to cache the importance of that geographic condition. So Pakistan neighboring countries or the ongoing power is like India, and already in the top 3 to 5 world power is like China, and then a very innovative country in the form of Iran, and a very rich mineral resources and fruits and a lot of different type of a mines and Oris countries is like Afghanistan. So with a bad luck, with the bad fate and the decision, complicated decision from the federal government, from the federal authorities, still we are not able to achieve that competitiveness. So how we can do that? The first thing at first is that we need to provide the access to all the international in the trading partner. I will give you example of China in the Taiwan war. Uh, in a once in a meeting with the Chinese ambassador, so someone asked him that the issue with Taiwan is so hot. So he said the issue of Taiwan we have put it on a very low flame. Business come first. So this is how how you can grow. If your mindset is completely confined within boundaries, I don't think so that you should be part of any kind of a major decision making. And then the next part is that how we can provide effectively and efficiently transshipment to the different international gateways, and how we can provide and ensure that its capacity is adequate to address the current as well as the kind of expected future growth as well. And we also need to provide kind of a seamless operation at all the international gates, so that how we can uh, kind of provide more or imply or facilitate or establish the kind of a more or increase the sustainable urban development. So the first point is about the integration, and also how we can use or land parcel at the planning stage to attain or achieve the transit oriented development. So transit oriented development will facilitate and improve the public transport connection, and also limit the urban sprawl along that specific route as well. And second part is about the facilitation in encouragement of the non-motorized, such as cycle, walker, pedestrian, scatter, and bladder. At the end of the day, we will not use so many kind of parking spaces for like cars, and we can also uh, use or avoid shift and improve strategy as well, so that how we can shift the people focus not to use their own car but to use the public transportation. And then to improve the quality and accessibility of the public transport by increasing different coverage such as like fleet facilities, also how we can uh, revise concession on the different license and regulation through which we can support the quality and accessibility of the public transport. We should also encourage our freight and logistic to be moved through the most environmental friendly ways, and we should also focus about and concern about our inhabitants as well, while in terms of a traffic calming measures, and sometime also like no car day or like no vehicle day. Okay, and we should increase our transport safety and security. We have every day kind of a molestation, harassment within vehicles, and also the traffic accident on the or networks as well. So how we can facilitate the equitable growth across the country? First thing first, we should boost our local employment opportunities in economic through integrated transport investment. And the next part is about it, how we can link different markets while marketing efforts and to improve the local opportunities. And we should support and develop strategies which ensure and facilitate the local employment or the producer. Look, it's very much easy. So if we manufacture something locally and we can sell it to any international country, so this is how we can support the equitable growth, and how we can maximize any specific. For example, we can initiate with economic zone to unlock their potential, and also to improve the economic socio-economic development as well. And we should also provide the affordable transportation services. So that should not be designed only for the elite, or for the high per capita income people. That should facilitate mainly poor people. How we can ensure the that the assets are using sustainability or sustainable utilization of assets. Look, the definition of sustainability is that how we can fulfill our requirement in order not to compromise on the rights of the future generation. So we should improve the level of utilization and the smart utilization, like not smart utilization. Okay. And so like we should be ensured that our current model is exactly fulfilling that specific requirement of the future. And then our first strategy should improve the level of utilization and efficiency of the existing as well as of the new infrastructure. We should also ensure that the compliance the with the vehicle construction safety and loading safety is also utilized, for example, to like carry more loads and not to damage the roads. And the cost of the transportation should be optimized, and the transportation reliability should be there, and the integration between different modes such as road, rail, air, and waterways should be there. There should be different type of a private sector which should be attracted. So like in the form of the PPP model, or which is also called P3 model, or even for the turnkey projects as well. So how we can maximize our friendliness and the consistency of transportation system. So how to harmonize the transportation infra, service design and operation by updating and implementing different kind of a legislation, rules, regulation, or through setting different standards and norm, and also to develop the service level agreement between federal and provincial authorities, governments, or the local government. And we should improve our planning always. There should be kind of a continuous process with the kind of a collaboration of the transportation institution as well as on the transportation advisory committee. We should develop a level playing field so that we can provide different contract license regulation to the private operations as well. And we should improve the level of service always. And also we should invest in like research and innovation. So for example, if I would like to give example to understand those 5 points from a single example. For example, this is our typical example of M1. So and tell here. So the when you enter from Peshawar and going to Islamabad, so that part is usually under fog. Okay, I hope that everyone have idea about fog and smoke. So now we need to invest more research because until and unless before the sunrise, they stop the entry of the vehicle. So most of of like those vehicles who are in a hurry and don't want to wait, they use GT road. And they again join the motorway somewhere here, like Visalpur or like Naushehra. So now you can imagine that through this route, they usually take like 30 minutes, but through that route that you might be take like they required 60 minutes. So the first thing is that more emission were emitted, more pollution were like kind of a generated, more fuel were already like burnt, more time were used, and then what happens? The NHA actually also lost that specific knowledge back. So we need to invest here money in the R&D so that researcher can provide solution, and we should not stop that part so the vehicle can go through the same track. So while using or like maximizing the user friendliness, we can also bring the consistent transportation services through that specific theory or technology. How we can ensure the safety of all transport in surrounding. Keep in mind if your system is not safe, infrastructure is not according to the standard, which can hold the very huge load, and if it not ensure the safety of each and everyone, and if it's not best in form of a promotion, no one will use your system. So to bring all those, we need to adopt and implement, and we should be ensured that compliance with all the kind of best international practices to ensure safety and also improve uh, infrastructure, and also to ensure that the people and freight should move that specific part, then we might have the kind of a safety culture in our transportation. Okay, how we can preserve and conserve the environment. The first part is to optimize. Look, CO2, NOx, PM2.5, PM10 is just a few environmental pollutant which actually playing its role in the climate uh, changes. So we need to optimize the need for transportation through which we can bring the integrated urban planning, which also should fulfill the transportation management demand, and also should effective supply of chains, and also promote the communication through mobile and different networks as well. Now we need to understand that different air pollutions, noise pollution, and fuel pollution actually kind of a promote the different sustainability or different sustainable modes. So we should minimize the environmental impact by the infrastructure compliance. So that should be in the way which emit less pollution or allow less pollution. And we should also minimize or mitigate the impact of natural disaster by taking prevention and adaptability measure for the change resiliency. Thank you very much. This was the session on the National Transportation Policy to explain the formulation of the objective.